Hey guys, it's BitBoy. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. Today we're going to be talking about something that you have to see to believe. It's going to blow your mind. This is something within the coding of ERC20s that you have to be aware of when you're investing in a project. And this is something that you should definitely look for in order to make sure that you're keeping your crypto safe and making the best decisions with your money. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor though, so whatever you want to do with your money, I guess that's fine. So if you want to be a member of our community, make sure that you click the subscribe button. Also hit the bell for notifications. If you do, you're a member of the Bit Squad, and as a member of the Bit Squad, you have the opportunity to win $500 worth of Ethereum merch over October and November. So we'd love for you to be part of that. Just like and comment on this video and all of our videos in October and November for the maximum number of entries. Picking 14 winners, it's definitely going to be a good giveaway. Okay, guys, so let me tell you about the situation and how I got into it. So as a lot of you guys know, I do paid ICO or paid project reviews. It's one way that I monetize the channel. I work on the videos about 10 to 12 hours a day. As you guys know, I put out pretty much more content than anyone in crypto YouTube. And the content is pretty top-notch, I believe. It's pretty good. So it's not like I just sit down and throw a video out in 5 minutes. But because of the amount of work I put in, I'm doing this full time, obviously I've had to look for ways to monetize the channel, and doing those reviews is one way. It's less than 5% of my content, but when I do those reviews, I appreciate it if you guys like them or at least make comments so the people that are working with me feel like they're getting their money's worth. But I'm never going to do a review on a project that I feel like is sketchy. So recently, I worked with a project, and to be fair, I'm not going to name the project for the simple reason that I can't judge the intent of this code. And because I can't judge the intent of it, and honestly, from my personal perspective, I don't feel like the reason that this company, that this ICO did this was to scam people. I feel like it was more to protect themselves. I just can't judge the intent, though, is the long and the short of it. So because of that, I'm not going to name the coin here. I'm going to block out the coin name. But just know, I'm going to show you guys how to protect yourself when you're investing in ICOs to make sure that you don't invest in something that may have a function that could steal all your crypto. So basically what happened is I worked out this deal with this ICO to do this review. I started looking into it. The project itself looked okay. It didn't look like a scam or anything like that. And so they were supposed to send me a certain number of tokens. They were supposed to send me 50,000 tokens. Now the token is only worth, a fraction of a dollar, a small fraction, maybe fractions of pennies. And they were supposed to send me 50,000 tokens. Well, what happened is, you can see here by looking at my wallet, I've got ETH Explorer. It's not ETH Explorer. I always want to call it Explorer, but ETH Explorer pulled up here. So this is a transaction log from my wallet. And as you guys can see right here, you have 833,000 tokens that were sent to my wallet, right? Now, what I say, it was supposed to be 50,000. Well, they accidentally sent me 833,000 tokens, which, doing the math, is over $50,000 for one review on my channel, which, boom, I don't know how much you guys think YouTubers make, but that's way too much for any YouTuber, even the biggest ones out there, for a review. So at first I was kind of excited. I was like, oh man, they sent me too many tokens, and maybe, who knows, maybe they'll just let me have them. Which probably was not going to be the case. And then later on, as you can see, 2 transactions later, they had sent me the correct 50,000. So what that means is I should have had 888,000 tokens in my wallet. However, as you guys can see here, and I'm going to highlight the one that is the transaction, there were only 50,000. Okay, so when you see green in your ETH Explorer, that means that the transaction went through. So I had 833 transactions, as you guys can see, and then 2 transactions later, the 50,000 transaction. Now, as you guys can see, there's only one red on here, and it was only for 20 tokens of a certain project. And so what the heck? I should have 888,000 tokens in my wallet, but as you guys can see, there's only 50,000. So how in the world did that happen? I go to Twitter and I say, guys, listen, have you ever had a transaction go through and go into your wallet, or go like a transaction confirmed, and then the coins or the tokens not in your wallet? And everyone was acting like I was some kind of pleb, like a noob. They're saying, oh, well, you got to add the custom token, or, oh, you just got to wait long enough. And I was trying to explain to everyone, like, no, I've used my Ether wallet, or I've used Ethereum wallets and ETH Explorer enough to know what is normal and what is not normal. I spotted some other kind of abnormal activity in my wallet before, but this was not something I had ever seen before. And no one really had an answer. So I gave this to my friend Keith, and Keith started digging into it. He actually wrote a Medium article about it. You guys can, if you dig through Twitter, you can find it. You can find more about this coin. Like I said, I'm not calling out the specific coin. What I want to do is I want to call out the specific reason why this coding can be dangerous. That's my purpose here. I'm trying to give you guys something you can do in your research to be able to make sure that you're keeping your coin safe. So my friend Keith, he dug around. He was really confused at first. He was like, I don't understand what's going on here. He, just like people on Twitter, were like, oh, you must be doing something wrong. He said he expected to dig into it and just find that it was a mistake that I made. And what happened is he found something very interesting. So each ERC20 token has its own coding. Now, most of the coding is cut and paste. So they just paste from an ERC20 token template and put it in. However, there's a custom section. Now, here I pulled up the custom section. As you guys can see, he did the little comment here. Burn return, cool brand name or bad STD situation. Real funny, Keith. But basically in the custom coding section, there was a function here called burn return. Now, usually when you see the word burn involved in a crypto project, that means that it's a way for a creator to destroy the tokens. However, the more he dug into this, the more that he saw that this is not actually true. Now, I'm not a coder or developer, so I can't really get into exactly why each word or line of this code will result in this. But the long and the short of it is this. If an ERC20 has this burn return function, what it allows them to do is recall the coins in your wallet. I guess there would be tokens for ERC20s. Recall the tokens back to the original creator's wallet, to his original address. So that means that if they did this ICO, they got all the way through it, they did the hard cap, technically, the owner, the creator of the token, can recall all of them back to his own wallet. Now, like I said, I don't think this is the intention of the code in this project, okay? I believe the intention is the owner has responded to all this. It's kind of made a little uproar on Twitter. I've been trying to stay low on it a little bit because, like I said, I don't feel like it's my job to call out the specific coin because I can't judge the intention. I don't think this was their intention. What they said their intention was, and I honestly believe this, is what they wanted to do was be able to, like, let's say some scammer or some hacker got into their wallet. They've got a huge amount of these tokens as a creator and stole all of them. Well, what would they do? They would have no fail-safe to protect their project. All of their investment and all of everyone's investments basically would be gone. Well, I guess if not technically, because if you invested, you would still have some in your own individual wallet, but basically as a way to wreck all the remaining tokens. And so I understand kind of why they would want to do this and put this in to protect that. However, it also serves other functions, like if they make an accident, they can recall the tokens, which don't you feel like as a project, you should take responsibility for your own actions if you send someone too many tokens? So to me, really what it says about that is how solid can the team be really if they accidentally sent 50,000 tokens to someone that was not supposed to get 50,000 tokens? So I think that's where the personal responsibility comes in. And as cryptocurrency holders, we're responsible for our own wallets. As you guys know, I was phished. I had 2,000 ZRX stolen from me. I can still see it in the ETH Explorer today. But the thing about that is I learned a very valuable lesson, probably more valuable than the $2,400 at the time amount of tokens that I had stolen. And of course, that was a much larger investment and it was down and things like that. So we have the responsibility for our own wallets. Well, why should we have to bear the weight of the responsibility of our own tokens and our own wallets when a project is able to install a code that makes it where they don't have to be responsible for their own tokens? They have a fail-safe. And to me, that really bothers me about this team and about the project. And so personally, I chose not to do the review on it. And then just kind of to make matters worse, I guess, I told the team, I said, look, I will send these back. I will send these to another person. If someone else wants to review it, that's on them. That's their own, that's their own conscience on what they want to do. For me, I always want to keep my people safe. And so when this happened, I was so glad the way that it happened because I discovered this and was able to tell you guys about it. I decided definitely that I was not going to do the review. But what they told me is, oh, well, it's funny. It's funny, guys. They said, oh, well, we will just recall the tokens through the burn return is basically what they said. Now, they haven't done it yet, so the money's still sitting in my wallet. I do expect them to do it at some point, but I just thought it was so crazy that, like, the reason why I didn't want to do the review and I didn't feel comfortable doing it, they said, oh, well, we'll just use that and pull them all back. I was like, you got to be kidding me, you know? I would have rather, like, paid the gas and sent it back myself, but they said no. So it's just a very interesting phenomenon. And why is this important? It's important for you guys to know when we say do your own research, you've got to do it. If there's a project or an ICO you want to invest in, now I've given you another tool in your arsenal of research to be able to go to the code. You can find it usually on the Ethereum transaction log. You can click on their address and you can go and you can find the details. You can find the code. Most of them obviously also are on GitHub, so you can find it that way. Whatever it is, if you just reach out to someone in the community and say, hey, how can I find the code? They'll let you know it's public. I believe they're all public. They should be because decentralization for the win. But so go dig into the code and find the custom section. And if there's anything in that section that you're not sure about that looks abnormal, make sure you do some more research and figure out what that is for. Because while I don't honestly believe that this project did it intentionally, they did it in order to scam people, hey, this is a code that people can put in there to scam you for 100%. The potential of scam is 100% there. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to do it, but I definitely believe that down the road, we will probably see a huge scam involved in this because people don't research the code. They don't understand exactly what they're investing in. And part of it, and I didn't, guys. I mean, I'm not saying this to be like, you got to invest that code. Like, this is something I didn't know about until my friend pointed it out to me. So now I have this tool in my arsenal as well to go check the code. So in the future, if there's any custom coding involved in any project I review, I'm going to look at it. If there's anything in there that is not normal that I haven't seen before, I'm going to research and find out what it's about. It's just with cryptocurrency, everything is so new and it's so hard to know the right ways to research. So I'm glad now that there's at least one more tool we can put in our belt to be able to do research to make smart decisions with our money and with cryptocurrency. So that's all I got, guys. Drop me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if there's anything that you've seen in the coding of ERC20s that you think also would be interesting that maybe I could get into in a later video. And like I said, if you want to know more about the situation, you can dig around on Twitter and I'm sure you can find it. But like I said, this is not a video about me judging the intention of the code. It's just to point out what the code is and why you need to research it. So big shout out to the Bit Squad, everybody that's been liking our content. Appreciate everything you guys do. And, like I said yesterday on a video, I'm officially an advisor with Busto, so that's really exciting. And really look forward to moving forward with that and seeing where that is going to take us and take the channel. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, BitBoy out.